We are back with another episode of Ultimate Blerds. It's your boy Recruit Zero.
It's your boy Uncle Charles. What it do?
And we are here to talk about the fact that they sold us a dream with streaming. And it's a crappy dream. It's a nightmare.
It was not what I thought it was going to be. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
A long time ago, I was dating a woman who went overseas for work.
Okay.
And it was at that time I was like, I'm going to cut cable. I just seem to be watching this thing called Netflix. And I was with Comcast and I was paying like $180. You know, it was like a extremely bad situation. Right. But you know how it was with Comcast and
you had that NFL Red Zone?
No, I ain't even had a Red Zone. I think I had like the DVR and like HBO. Like, you know, like I had a couple movie stations. So I was like, I'm just gonna watch Netflix. They have movies on here, and at some point House of Cards. It was great. I've been without cable for like, I don't know, 10 years or so. Like, it's been a minute. Like, I was one of the early cable cutters. Yeah. I feel like I'm about to have cable again.
I left cable feels like that.
I left cable to come back.
It definitely feels like that. I remember the beginning days of streaming where Netflix, it was like an aggregator. It had stuff from all the networks, so you could go turn on Netflix, see stuff from everywhere. Now, everybody got greedy.
It was $9.
Right. Everybody got greedy. They're like, oh, I need a piece of that pie. I need my own streaming service, even though I don't have enough content to fill it up. But I'm going to charge you $20 a month for something you watch 2 shows on. Yeah. And now we have 10 of them.
You want to watch Invincible? Give me that $9. Or... listen, I do my best not to give Lex Luthor money. And any chance I can stop myself from like using his services, right? I do so. Right. But you know, it's one of those things where, to your point, everyone wants a piece of the pie.
Everybody. Like why is there a Paramount Plus?
Why is there Peacock?
Why is there Peacock? Exactly. Like, just to watch the Fresh Prince reboot? Like,
which I'm not watching.
Man,
so.
Like, come on, fam. Paramount only has Star Trek. Like, bro, you could have put that on Netflix and probably got a bigger market share.
It was a lot of licensing deals, but what people are starting to figure out is like, on the business end, it's not what they thought it was going to be.
It's collapsing.
It's collapsing, and it's because if you don't have movies, right? Like let's get to the like one of the key issues for me with streaming. If you don't have any type of like killer like movies or shows and you just fill it up with a bunch of like nothingness, it's just terrible, right? Like it's one of those things where what movie's out right now? Joker. I think
Joker's out.
Deadpool was out.
Alien Romulus.
Like, those movies should be like how it was with Redbox. They left the theaters. They should be on a streaming service, right? And that was like part of the joy initially for me of streaming was I can wait a couple months if I can't get to the theaters and I can see that thing that I wanted to watch, right? Like I didn't need a bunch of shows. I had HBO for that, right? Like HBO was like producing the shows that I wanted to see. And it was like a nice little thing. Netflix does this too. Have you ever turned like the enshittification of like platforms? Have you heard of this? Right? Yeah. Like where it's like things start out great, right? Like companies are like Uber was doing this, right? And like Netflix is like they're basically giving the service away. They're putting so much money into this great content, and then when they finally get you, it's like okay, we're gonna jack up the price and put a bunch of like
because they capture the market share and then they drive out all the competitors. That's Uber did that. Yeah. Uber Eats, DoorDash, all of that, because there's nobody to control the price anymore. They could set whatever price they want.
They can set whatever. And Netflix now, like when I go on Netflix now, I watch more mediocre stuff. Yeah. Like passing the time than I do like things that actually stick. Right. Because the things that actually stick are licensed properties. Stuff that people have like really put time into. Example, I finished that show Chaos with Jeff Goldblum. Okay. You know, Jeff Goldblum's amazing. Yeah. Right? We love him in Jurassic Park and everything. And, you know, we didn't know if they should have all that good stuff. it just wasn't good. Like I sat there and I was like, well, what else am I gonna watch? Like, and so like I watched that, and then like I'll watch Mr. McMahon, which is actually really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mr. McMahon is a wild dude. But I have these spurts now where before I feel like with streaming, I was watching stuff pretty regularly. Right. There was always something of a high bar to watch. Now I'll go a long time without like that next thing.
That's true. I feel like they're trying to push so many because of the scramble to have each company have its own service. You don't have the license, and then they're trying to push out originals to fill the gap, and they just don't have the capability to choose what to greenlight that's good. So they just greenlight whatever just to fill it and say they have content. Yeah. Then you run into this
or they
is
cut
not
the
good
content.
Or
like
they
Mindhunter.
do that. Right.
Yeah.
Like, why is there not another season of Mindhunter?
After they did Wayne Williams, like that Mindhunter, like season, I was like, okay, we gotta get another one. Like, there's so many serial killers. Exactly. We get like that show was amazing. You know which other one I liked? With Genghis Khan.
Oh,
Marco Polo.
Yeah. I
was like, this is another good one. And so, like, there's this thing where now it feels like with streaming, just like in gaming, right? If it's not hitting certain metrics, even if the fan base is there, right? If it's not the right size fan base, if it's not the right number of people watching, or, you know, we're just going to cut it. And it's like, but that's something that keeps me there. Like, I'm at a point now where I can watch Netflix shows and say to myself, this isn't coming back.
Right. Like, and it's like the back catalog, like thinking about Max with their terrible rebrand, HBO Max to Max. It's like you're cutting stuff from the library just for tax purposes or whatever, and it's like you have an audience for these things, especially a lot of their animated stuff. They're just cutting so they don't have to pay royalties to the creators, and it's like this is what keeps people on your service, especially if you're not making anything new to replace these things. You're alienating your fan base, and people can't justify the price anymore.
I'll say this, it's still cheaper than cable. Well, let me take that back.
For you.
Yeah.
If you don't have 6 different services.
Yeah. I mean, so my services are, I have Netflix, I have Crunchyroll. I'll never get rid of Crunchyroll. Like, I've had Crunchyroll, like you got the Pride. I know when they blended with Funimation, it was a big deal and all of that. But I was on the Crunchyroll side. I was paying for it, my little $7. And I was like, I like this. And so like Netflix, Crunchyroll, I had Lex Luthor's streaming platform for a second. And then I did like the bundle, like the Hulu Disney bundle, because through my credit card, I was getting like money for that. And so it's still, to me, it was still cheaper than that $100 and something dollars I was always paying. But the problem I have now is the money that I pay, even if it's like $20 a month, the sea of content that I have just isn't good enough. And I think we've lost the point of streaming. That it really should be about focusing on the good stuff.
Right.
You know, there's something for everyone, but I just really think we missed that point. Like when Netflix really dropped movies, Netflix hasn't put out a good, and I know we feel like we're ragging on Netflix. I'll rag on some other stuff in a minute too.
But they were the first ones out.
And it's just, they put all this like, they're the ones that I think we harp on them because they lead the way, right? Like what they do, other companies follow. And so when we're doing these like straight to TV movies, streaming movies, it's just, they're not good. And you hear like, oh, we put 300 and something million, and it's like, this is what you came up with? Like, where was the...
Like, they're giving away money. It's almost like they're laundering money in there.
We need a show.
Exactly, we do. Ultimate Blerds show.
Blerds, movie
Netflix,
show,
holler at us. We got
cop,
you. We got you. Whatever you need, we got you.
It's something there. But it's not just TV. Right. It's also music.
Yeah.
Like, true. How do you feel? You have the music background, right? Like,
I mean, you got Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and it's just like
YouTube Music. If you get YouTube Music, Premium, right?
And it's just like,
and, bro, Lex Luthor's.
I've never used that ever. Okay. Because I'm like, bro.
So which platform do you use?
I use Spotify the most. I used to use Pandora, and then I got on a family plan for Spotify. So
you riding on the coattails.
What coattails? What you mean?
Are you paying for the family plan?
No.
Exactly. You freeloading.
I mean,
you freeloading on some.
Hey, that's how it works.
I ain't mad at it. Shout out to the families.
Those two are the joints.
I want a family plan for Apple Music.
See, exactly. So like, those are the ones I use the most. But yeah, it's like, coming from when the days where you could download music to your phone, have stuff, I feel like it's kind of closed off a lot of stuff because if it's not like officially on there, you can't even upload stuff to like a personal library to use it in your playlist. It's like, I don't know if you remember like my mixtapes and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, you can't
They have an app now.
Yeah. Well,
another streaming platform.
Another one. It's like, Spotify kind of feels like they've constricted the musical environment because, they're always algorithmically trying to send you the playlist.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about the algorithm? Because I believe the algorithm was better in the early. I feel like I discovered more, and listened to certain songs like it was in rotation less. Right. And I feel like now I listen to the same songs and discover less. Do you feel like that's the case?
Yeah, it's definitely targeted because they gonna push whoever is paying them the most money. Mm-hmm. So that's the music industry in general is moving toward. Whoever got the biggest bag is going to look like the biggest star. And it's just like, that's not realistic. Yeah. It's just fake news of the music industry. And it's cutting down on who like gets known. Like there's plenty of smaller artists out there, but they can't get on a playlist because they don't have the budget. Things like that. And then even with the payouts to the creators, that's another side of just... this is all, who is this working for? Like Spotify is the middleman. Like, of course they have the infrastructure of the app, but like they're not creating the music. So
do you feel a way when you stream an artist and they're getting like half a penny?
I mean, I do when I think about it because it's just like, this isn't fair. You need like 1 million streams to make like $10.
Yeah.
Which is like, but now you think about when the album comes out, people don't even go to the store, really. It's just, it's downloaded on my Spotify.
And you bought an album and it was trash? Like
that was a problem. That I feel like that has also like contributed to the current state because it's like, damn, if y'all had made cohesive albums, people wouldn't have been like, I'd rather just hear the single and make sure this is good.
So when we think about streaming, right, and we think about like music, I've thought about this before, and it's not as easy to make TV shows and movies as it is like music, right? And so it's almost this thing of it's opened up the door for a sea of mediocrity, more so than I thought it would be like the arbiter of like good created content.
That's true.
And I feel like like in all streaming, we're kind of losing that ability to curate the best things, right? Like part of the reason we all went to streaming was because I don't want this station. I don't want this station.
Right.
I only want to watch this show. Like I want to watch these shows or I want to listen to this artist and this album. And then I want to discover more albums on this level of this caliber, right? Yeah, in this genre. Now show me something else in another genre at a high, high bar. And now it's just like, well, we got to give you your money's worth. So we're just going to give you a buffet of everything. And it's kind of up to you to figure out like curate. And curate on your own.
Yeah.
And even in like quality, right? Like when I say quality, like the quality of the stream. Like now we get, like it used to be Netflix was charging us like one price.
Yeah.
And now we went tiered. Yeah. Right. And it's like, everyone has a 4K TV. You get a 4K TV for $80 from Walmart. Like, we all have 4K now. Like, 1080p. Like, you remember when we all had to switch over to HD? We had to get the like, we've made that transition now.
For sure.
Everything is high quality. Like 1080p is what 480p was back in the day. Like, if you're like, this is the bare, it's like table stakes. So like, why am I getting charged more for 4K? Like, the bandwidth, like, that's on me and my service provider, right?
It should be, yeah. There's like that choice, that even the tiers now with you pay. Like, it used to be you get free with ads or you pay and get no ads. Now with some of these companies, it's you pay and still get ads.
Lex Luthor does this.
Exactly. Until you get to the next level of ad-free paid. Like, bro.
Like what? I'm already paying. Like, that's the whole point.
Like, then give me, where's the level that's free?
They all do this now. Like, the thing, I hate okay, it's a little tangent, but I hate advertising, right? Like, I hate advertising in the sense of what it's done on the internet, right? Like, because we didn't move away from a certain model, like, we're all stuck with it, right? And like, we never found a different way for the two to blend and live together, right? Like, it was always like, well, we're just going to put ads on everything on the website. As much white space as we could. Like, even now when you go on a mobile device, it's not that I don't want an ad, you know, because sometimes I want to buy something. It's, I want to read the content first. Right. Like, I don't want, as I'm
big pop-up as soon as you get to the site.
the big pop-up. And, you know, Lex Luthor's thing, when you watch a show, he's like, okay, I'm going to show you like 2 minutes of some other shows that you might not want to watch. And then you'll watch the show. And it's like, did I really need this? You could have just, you already have my money every month. How much more do you know, like, why is it, you know, the ad has to come in? And then the other thing is like advertising as a whole, like.
But I think
hasn't evolved either.
That's true. And I also think that shows toward the collapse of the streaming model, because now they aren't getting enough money from us paying the fee. It's like, oh, we still need that advertisement money, when that was supposed to be the differentiator. It was like, oh, no ads, like, get what you want, custom content is not TV, get it when you want, all that. And it's just like, now you got some shows going back to the weekly drop, just like TV.
Okay, how do you feel about that? Because people, that's a very strong argument.
So for me, personally, I like it because
weekly or all at once.
I like it weekly.
Okay.
Just because I understand from a marketing aspect that you need the time for the fans to have conversations and generate those conversations for your show, to keep it get with momentum. When you drop something all at once, they'll watch it the first day because you know people just binge it, and then they'll never talk about it again.
So which one do you prefer? Like, okay, give me an example of one where you binge watched and you felt really good about it, and then one where you did it weekly. And
so I binge watched the last season of Ozark. Okay. And I felt good about the season. Okay. But then I was sad about it because it was really good, but nobody was talking about it because everybody binge watched it the first week, and it didn't get any of that meme anything happening with it.
But is that a platform's fault or our fault for the lack of self-control?
I mean, it's not the platform's fault, but like, you got to recognize how culture works. So it's like,
I get it.
Yeah, you got to recognize.
Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah,
like
Game of Thrones is every week. Yeah. You talk about the last episode through the whole week, and then everybody's sitting there ready for the next one.
You know, I don't watch House of Dragon because of how Game of Thrones. I don't watch it because I swore off.
Yeah, Game of Thrones definitely gave me low expectations. The way it ended,
I said, I don't care what you drop. Yeah. I don't care what it is. I'm not watching it.
It's not hitting like
that. Because you had intrigue and murder, and at the end we just said, we're just going to leave it to democracy.
Even that part wasn't even a problem for me. It was just the way it felt rushed at the end.
Yeah, people didn't get they just do.
Yeah, it was just like, we need to be done with this in 2 episodes. So we spent 5 years.
So we could make a Star Wars movie that's never going to come out.
Right, or they got fired before they even started. So they could have finished Game of Thrones.
You could have. You played yourself. The many-faced guy needed his revenge.
Exactly.
And never got it. Never got it.
But with that, I know binge model versus weekly model, all of that. I like binge. I mean, I know, of course. I figured you did.
I like binge. If a story is good, that feeling of seeing what's happening next. Immediately. Like, I love anime. I love when I have to catch up on an anime and it's like at a good part.
So you're against delayed gratification.
I'm not against it. I just don't know how... I don't see enough good TV all the time to warrant it. It's almost like to go weekly, you need to warrant being that good to make me wait a week now.
No, that's true.
If you're just half-assing it and you're like a B tier, C tier show, then I
mean, I don't see many bad shows that do weekly.
Oh, example of a good weekly show, X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I did not mind waiting.
Abbott Elementary for me, I don't mind waiting for that.
I watched a few episodes of Abbott Elementary. I'm rooting for everybody black.
Okay. I was about to say, don't get us canceled out here, bro. But yeah.
Stick with me.
I mean, but yeah, I feel like the people who are creating these shows, they know if they joint hitting enough to warrant the weekly or not. It's like, I don't really know about this one. Binge that.
Yeah, you just binge it. But just binge it. But again, we're at a time point now where the weekly should be reserved for the top quality shows.
Just the top prestige.
Yes, the old school HBO Sunday night, that level, Game of Thrones worthy, right. Sopranos level, those are the things that can be weekly. Mm-hmm. Everybody else just drop it. Just drop it so I know if I need to waste my time or not. Because there's nothing like spending weeks on a show. I have watched shows and I'm at a point in my life where if I hate a character, I'm done. Mm-hmm. If a character does something stupid that I really don't like and it's written where this person was really smart and then got really dumb really fast. It's I'm not watching this scene. I don't like this character. Look, I'm about to get us canceled right now. I stopped watching Snowfall because I was like, damn, he's these rookie moves are killing me. I don't want to watch this anymore.
He wasn't a professional crack dealer.
No, but people were telling him, he was like, hey man, you need to get rid of that crew. All right. Here's my crew. I thought I told you to get rid of them. Hey man, this game gonna end this way for you. Not the way I'm playing it. Yes, the hell it is. I think I got to 2 seasons. I was like, I know where this is going. It got to a point where I was like, I know where this is going for him.
Damn.
He's not going to be drug lord. He's not ending Big Meech. He's going out sad. And it was just I don't want to watch, so it gave me that. If I had to watch every week, praying at some point he was going to become a professional crack dealer, I would have been pissed. I was like, I'm sorry, but at some point I'm sorry. At some point you got to get good at your job.
Bro, he had the CIA on his neck, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was doing stuff that was okay, did you learn that lesson? No. You gonna let it happen again? Yeah. If you tell your homeboy, don't go over there and pick a fight with anybody, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, don't do it. That's bad for business. Next scene, hey man, I had to do what I had to do. I just told you not to do it. I'm trying to build a business.
Right.
All right. I am a semi-professional crack dealer. I got crack dreams. I got crack dreams of being the #1 drug dealer, and you messing up my program. But I'm gonna let you stay.
Messing up the way he built brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Because you don't like the way somebody talk. And you know what? I'm still gonna keep you though, because I love you. No, I don't want to watch. I don't want to wait. I work hard. I got stuff to do. When I sit down and that show is on for the week, I want it to be good.
All right, so with that, what would you rank the streaming services currently? We got Netflix, we got Disney Plus, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Hulu, Apple TV, and then Peacock and Paramount Plus. Unless y'all want to sponsor us.
I don't know what show you gonna have me up here.
So which one? Where you tier them?
They're all on the same tier.
All on the same tier.
They all could get cut at any moment.
Damn.
That's the only one that's a little bit safe is Netflix, because they have enough money that they're starting to go back to what made them popular, which was buying other people's stuff and licensing.
Amazon Prime got that money.
Yeah, but they don't do what they need to do. Like they'll okay. Here's an example. Lex Luthor got that show From.
Yeah.
Right? And I started watching it and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to keep watching.
Right.
We only have season 1. You could buy the rest with MGM Plus. I'm like, so you had enough money for the first season?
That's how it works.
No, get all of it.
That's not how it works.
Dog, if Netflix gets a show, they're getting all the seasons.
Not all the time.
Tell me a show that they didn't get all the seasons.
I don't have it up
exactly
right now. They have them though. I'm telling you, they have them. Dude, older shows that they just don't license all of them at the same time.
Or they'll license. They always get it. They
get it eventually, but they don't get it from current shows.
Was just like gone, and I was like, "This is a pretty interesting movie." Like the little girl opened up the window and let her grandma in. It wasn't grandma; it was like something else. Tore everybody up. Like that thing was crazy. Like,
so I mean, there's other stuff. There's animated things.
Yeah,
they don't always get all the seasons of.
They got all Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Dun, 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 dun. They got it. They got it. What don't they have?
All right, we gonna have to make an addendum to that because I got to do some research.
Okay, you know what Lex Luthor does have?
What?
And very fitting.
What?
It's in the same universe, but not the. It has Batman animated series.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Old stuff, they get the whole thing. If it's a new show, they're not, and it's from another network, the other network's not going to license them everything.
But it makes sense to. Everyone has Netflix and no one's letting it. I hear more people say they'll let go of everything else before they let go of Netflix.
Right, but that's the whole point. They're greedy. They want you to buy a subscription to their service for the current season, and you can go get the old season somewhere else. I rank
them all the same because all of them, no one's doing anything extravagant over the next one. They all have similar layouts. They're all doing pretty good streaming in 4K.
I mean, the content different though. Like Apple TV, their joints are fire. They're just terrible at marketing their shows.
Apple's fire. They just take too long. When am I going to get Severance?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like they'll have we have 10 Oscar award winners. We got Tom Hanks. And then
Tom Hanks.
You'll know about the show in like a pop-up ad because you were on like ESPN or something. It's like, bro, put up a billboard or something, dog.
You know what I would pay? You know what I would pay for? And I'm gonna put this out there. You know what I pay for? I pay for a platform that curates everything for me. I pay for a platform. I would pay money for someone to round up the stuff I like on all the other streaming things and just let me watch it right there.
So you want another middleman?
Yeah, middleman to middleman. Just round it off. Curate it for me. Round it all up. Like, I like anime, right? Like, I got to have, like, 5 different platforms. When I want to watch Bleach, I got to go to Hulu.
That's true.
Right? When I want to watch, something else, if I want old anime, like Ghost in the Shell, I got to go to Lex Luthor.
Right.
Right? And then I got Crunchyroll for everything else. But my problem, though, and to your point, is like there's stuff, music and streaming TV that I just don't have, right? Like I want to watch Ninja Scroll. Where is it?
Yeah.
Where to be found? I want to listen to Play It Fly albums. Right. Used to be on Spotify and Apple Music. Now they ain't there no more.
Yeah. So, I mean, with that, some of the things that need to change is there's too many platforms. There's we need better pricing options because why are we paying to still have ads? We need better content curation because it's just trash mixed with some treasure.
Yep.
We need what else? We need to have full seasons.
We need to kill theaters and let movies be streamed live so I can watch from home. I can't always make it to the movie theater to pay.
I can't condone that.
I can. I don't want. I'm tired of paying $100 to go to the movies.
Bro,
I just want to watch the movie.
The movies, you gonna be watching an IMAX movie on your iPhone. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm gonna watch an IMAX movie on my 65-inch TV.
Not the same.
With the lifestyle.
Not the same.
It is to me.
It is not. That's blasphemy.
You ain't live till you paid all that money to go see a trash movie.
That's blasphemy, man.
When's the last time you seen a Shalahan movie and that twist wasn't good? You paid all that money you went on that date.
It's $10, $15. I don't care that much.
It was actually a cabin in the woods on the side of the highway. Roll credits. Roll them credits.
Okay. Well, streaming services. They sold us a dream that's actually a nightmare. We hope it changes and we can get back to some good streaming options. So that wraps up this episode of The Ultimate Blerds. It's your boy Recruit Zero.
It's your boy Uncle Charles.
And we will see you on the next one.
Lex Luthor, just use all that money and take over, bro. Just buy everything. You got it all.
He already bought a movie studio.
Just buy the rest. Just make it easy for the rest of us. Jesus. Peace.